Now, a second human case of bird flu confirmed by the CDC, which says a Michigan farm worker tested positive after contact with infected livestock. Ariel Reshef joins us now with more. Good morning to you, Ariel.
Good morning to you, Robin. The CDC and other health officials are closely monitoring that case, but they stress that the public risk remains low. Authorities say a farm worker in Michigan likely contracted the bird flu after contact directly with infected livestock. The person had mild symptoms like an eye infection and has since recovered. This is the second case this year here in the U.S. of a human diagnosed with bird flu. Back in March, you may remember, a Texas farm worker was the first known human case linked to the ongoing bird flu outbreak in dairy cows. That patient also had an eye infection and recovered. Now, the virus has spread rapidly among livestock, and health authorities say the human risk is highest for farm workers. They point out that there has been no human-to-human spread reported here in the U.S., and there have only been 3 total cases of bird flu in humans ever reported here. And now, as a precaution, the CDC is asking cities to continue monitoring the flu levels like they do during peak season instead of easing back like they usually do over the summer. Federal health officials also say farm workers are at elevated risk, and they're providing PPE to states that request it. Michael?
Definitely try to keep them safe there, Ariel. Thank you so much.
Now, a second human case of
Hey, Shalom, Akim, Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that is due to Yahweh. Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, and Kakodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone that rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Noise in this gospel, brother, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is just another lesson through the Spirit, going into the prophetic, the prophecies of the scriptures. Because we know that the Spirit of Yahweh Shai is prophecy, okay, which us here, the men of the great millstone, you know, we, how can I say it? We pride ourselves, and I hate to use pride, but pride is not always a bad thing when it's used towards a good cause, like putting forth the ministry and the gospel, meaning putting Yahweh Shai first, taking pride in the teaching of the Lord. That's a good thing, okay, but not pride of ourselves. But it says, U.S. European nations considered juice workers exposed to the bird ordeal. Now, remember, I want to say back in 2022 and 23, you had the guys by the name of Schwab in Davos when they had the World Economic Forum meeting in Davos, Switzerland last year. And they were speaking on another ordeal that was going to hit the world by 2025. And all of a sudden, you got this new bird flu pandemic that looked like that they're trying to, how can I say it? It looked like that they're trying to propagate another scenario, okay, going back into the similar ordeal back in 2020 when things were shut down, movies were delayed, you know, venues were closed, a lot of businesses were lost during that time because that was another way of blaming the retail apocalypse and the collapse of the dollar on something that they claim to have gotten out of control, but they completely control the narratives. This time, they know that people are hip to the schematics that they're playing. So this time, this one will get your attention because people are going to drop in this one because what they do with these particular pestilences is that they perfect them. Okay, what they do, they create them, they create a patent, and then, you know, they test it and put it inside the laboratory, and then before you know it, it becomes deadlier than what it originally was because it was not known that this particular pestilence was transmissible to humans like that. Okay, you may have like a 2% chance that a human may be affected with this because usually birds, animals, they get infected by it. It wasn't transmissible to humans, but Esau Edom, by him being a mad scientist, he's found the way how to splice genes and DNA and genome, and basically he knows how to transport illnesses into humans now. Okay, like they said, the disease X, which X just means unknown. And also 2025, the big one was going to come, allegedly. Now, this guy, Kill Gates, even mentioned, or Kill Bill even mentioned, he said, oh, the next one is going to get your attention. So my belief is everybody that dealt with this right here may be susceptible to catching this new one. Okay, because what we understand about this right here, this has totally changed people's structure. This has changed people's bodies. you know, their DNA. This has done a lot of damage to people. Everybody that was participating in the highlighted word right here. And people ain't been the same. They've been more aggressive. Okay, they've been more abrasive. You know, just bug the fuck out. You see, and we believe it's due to that the juice. Okay, so it says U.S. European nations consider workers being exposed to such and such. So here they go with that shit again. And also, by the way, that guy Swab, that big lemon head looking demon, now he allegedly has to step down. Okay, and this guy Dr. F, allegedly he's in trouble by the Congress or something like that, because basically he's been found a liar, which these people are unelected, so they have immunity from the judgments. You know, going back into the Sacklers and the people that allow particular medicines to get through government regulations when they was not fit for human consumption or or invading humans with these protocols. A lot of those men that created these poisons, nothing happened to them. They wasn't put in jail. They wasn't fined. They wasn't reprimanded. And they just went on to live free lives, man. So it's safe to say that this guy, Dr. F, and they ain't gonna get no jail time, man, no matter what they've done. Okay? So it says here, May 27th, the United States and Europe are taking steps to acquire or manufacture the H5N1 bird flu juice that could be used to protect the at-risk poultry and dairy workers, veterinarians, and lab technicians, government officials said, which moves influenza experts could curb the threat of the you-know-what. So there they go. They're talking about this again, another one. Now, what's so funny about this is because everybody that didn't take the first one, this could be that totally wrapped up in a whole different name, you know, like the FLU juice right now. Hey, you don't know what the hell is in them concoctions. You don't know. You know, they may say, oh, well, this is just for the seasonal ordeal. No, this is why you have what they call an immune in the body. Okay, which your immune system is in your gut. If you have a healthy gut, you can fight off any particular pestilence that may find itself invading your body. Okay, but let these people tell it, hey, nah, you need to go and get something artificial put in you. You know, trust the science, as, you know, my man said. But anyway, it says, U.S. officials last week said that they were moving the bulk, CSL Securus that closely matches the current into finished that could provide 4.8 million doses of See, here they go with it again. European health officials told Reuters that they were in talks to acquire the CSL's pre-pandemic It says the Canadian health officials said they have met with the GSK, maker of the Canada seasonal flu shots, to discuss acquiring and manufacturing a bird once its seasonal flu production capacity is freed up. But my thing is, why do people need to put that shit in them? Why do they need that? And by the way, I'm uploading from this channel because Esau Edom decided to be a bitch, and he flagged the video last week, all because I did a video on a nigga committing suicide, end up shooting himself in the head. How the hell does that, how the hell does that dictate child endangerment? I just showed a video of Jake. I didn't even show the video of him killing himself. I was just speaking on it, and they gave me a strike. You know what I'm saying? And basically they said it was child endangerment. I guess because the screenshot I put up there, the nigga was smoking weed. But wait a minute. If y'all didn't want the nigga to be out there in that light, why did y'all make that a screenshot anyway on one of the articles? Bunch of fucking hypocrites, man. They take my video down for using the same fucking thumbnail they got to demonize this guy. The fucking hypocrisy of Esau. But anyway, so that's why I'm uploading from GMS KC Priest 3. Living Waters got a strike on it, unfortunately. But anyway, it says the actions followed the explosive spread of the new strain of the you-know-what that emerged late in 2020 and has caused unprecedented numbers of death among wild birds and domestic poultry, has begun affecting many mammal species, right? Because for one thing, it was not transmissible between animals and humans like that, unless you just completely exposed to it. But now, the shit is in the food. They're juicing the food, the vegetables, you know what I'm saying, the fruits, the meats, everything you eat at the supermarket possibly got this folly inside of it, man. This is why people was like, look, no matter what, you gonna get it. It's in the food, it's in the water. This devil just wants to make life inconvenient for people. He wants people to depend on his pseudoscience, man. All right, but in March, U.S. officials reported the first outbreak of the the virus in dairy cattle, which has infected dozens of herds of 9 states and 2 dairy workers. It says the U.S. Food and Drug Administration has estimated that 20% of U.S. milk supply shows signs of you-know-what, indicating a wider spread is likely. And that's why I don't drink that shit. I haven't drunk cow's milk in years and don't plan on drinking it. But it says human exposure to the you-know-what in poultry and dairy operations could increase the risk that the you-know-what would... What the fuck, man? Oh, okay. That was Satan. What was that? Shows signs that are indicating a widened spread is likely. So in your cheeses, be careful on the cheese you eat, you know, the cheeses, the particular dairies, which, you know, us Jakes, we should stay away from dairy anyway. But some of the stuff you just can't avoid it. But, you know, dairy like whole milk and like American cheese. If you do cheese, do like feta cheeses, mozzarella cheeses, you know, stuff like that. That's easy on the digestive system, cheddar cheeses. But overall, you want to really stay away from dairy as a whole, you know, because the food here has no nutrients. And then they already poisoning the supply that we have left. It's safe to say that people are going to start dropping. But it says human exposure to this in poultry and dairy operations could increase the risk that the you-know-what would mutate and gain the ability to spread easily in people. No, because you created it. Okay, you've created it to spread in people. That's all that is. Because it says the U.S. maintain a stockpile of you-know-what candidates in bulk against any array of that strain that conducts a clinical trial to support an emergency use or authorization of the FDA license in the event of the you-know-what. So basically they can go ahead and do this, what they call emergency shit again, you know, trials and experimental, you know, ordeals. They can do that again. And you know what? You dummies going to fall for it again, all because they're going to, you know, they're gonna elevate it, or they're gonna mask it, or they're gonna propagate fear behind it like the first one. You know, let's just say if you had 10 cases of this shit, the news would make it seem like the whole nation is affected. And then they'll set up these little mock tents and have these physicians out there acting like people are really at these particular clinics, but really they not. Same thing in 2020. They show hospitals on TV, and I've drove past them places and wasn't nobody out there. I remember May of 2020, we was in the thick of that shit. We was going down to the Ozarks and we got into a wreck. And we went to a hospital down there and wasn't nobody in there. You know what I'm saying? But it was a lot of people at the lake kicking it. And they showed that shit on the news. We was down there turning up, man, you know, and bam. So all of a sudden the numbers spread it, which was all bullshit. This is all an agenda by Esau Edom. But nonetheless, people will start to drop because they are concocting something. I do believe that. All right. So anyway, let's go into a couple of precepts here, because this is part of the New World Order, the agenda. Revelation 12:12, it says, "Rejoice therefore, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down to you having great wrath, because he know if he have but a short time." So Esau's getting ready to push these things quick, man. Okay, he's getting ready to push mandates and potential lockdowns again, and, you know, delaying of movies and all this other shit, to the point that people just gonna be like, you know what? We ain't dealing with it no more. We getting ready to take this place down, because Babylon is literally a half of a event from falling apart completely. Okay, like, you know how y'all see that those buses, when they end up going over hill and they get caught between like a rock before it goes into the ocean? That's literally America. America is literally hanging on by a thread before it plunges off the cliff, you know? And I'm going to tell you like this, you people, this place will not survive another lockdown, okay? Once they do that shit again, it's a done deal, okay? All your mom and pop shops, hey, you can kiss that goodbye, okay? There's nothing good going to come from that. You see? Damn, I lost my train of thought. What precept was I looking for? Revelation 12:12. Fuck, I lost my train of thought. Oh, okay, I got it. Job 13. And I'm going to start at verses 4. "But you're all forgers of lies. You're all physicians of no value." Yeah, when you doctor something up, you forging something, man. And when you go into these particular concepts, when you got this guy, Mike Matthew Miller, which is the co-director of the Canadian, you know what, Preparedness Hub at McMaster University, these are all physicians of no value, okay? Because all these men that study these particular ailments and particular MEDICINES, they understand holistic way of healing. They get that, but they're not pushing it because they don't want people to be healthy. They want people to depend on their chemicals. That's why it says here, but ye are forges of life, ye all physicists of no value. You see, because Esau Edom is pushing a false narrative, but he's concocting death. Okay, he's concocting death in a lab to the point he's designed it to affect people. So people gonna start dropping dead, man. Those of you that drink juice and, you know, compromise yourselves, hey, be expected to fall victim to the next situation because it is coming. Okay, the scriptures say that pestilence will hit the earth in an unprecedented number. Okay, Matthew 24, and I'm gonna start at verses 6. And it reads, and ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars, but see that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence. And famines will bring in pestilence. Pestilence will bring in famines. Okay, they work hand in hand. Because once the famine come, people die, they get sick, and then diseases break out because sick people, animals. And before you know it, you got a nation of death. You got a society of death is plaguing because death is an actual spirit. And the Most High has released that angel here on Babylon. So now the death angel is going through smiting. Like we said at the Passover, man, things were going to start to turn up, man. And, hey, things are turning the fuck up. And the reason earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows, okay? So these are the beginning of hell breaking loose because through the spirit, hey, we warned you, okay? The prophets have been out on the street corners and prophesying this thing for some time. And, you know, people scoffed us. They called us false prophets. But now when these things really come to pass, hey, they going to know who the real prophets were, you know? All right. And this is why this is the book of 2 Peter 1 and 19. We have also the more sure word of prophecy, whereunto ye do well that ye take heed as unto a light that shineth in a dark place, until the day dawn and the day start arising in your hearts, which is Yahushua. But we have a more sure word of prophecy because the Spirit has bestowed that spirit upon the elders and the apostles, and it was passed down to the younger men. It says, knowing this first, no prophecy of the scriptures of any private interpretation. So we're not interpreting anything privately. This is not something we came together in some secret huddle somewhere. Let's make it say that. No, this is through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. It says, for the prophecy came not in old time by the will of man, but holy men of Yahweh that spake as they were moved by the Holy Spirit, the Holy Ghost. So this is through the Holy Spirit. And this is why we hop on these things, man, because, hey, this is the time we're in. Okay. Revelation 6. And I'm going to start at verses 4. It says, and he had opened the fourth seal, and I heard the voice of the fourth beast say, come and see. And I look and behold a pale horse. Now, when you see something pale, you think of something that's dead, death. Okay. And his name that is set on him was Death, and hell followed with him, which proves there's no hell. Because how the hell is hell and death going to ride on a horse? Hell is talking about that's symbolic for destruction. It says, followed him, and power was given it to them over the fourth part of the earth. And where we at? We're in the fourth part of the earth. Okay. Which proves that Esau is death and hell, as well as the red horse. To kill with the sword and with hunger, because we know that he's manufacturing famines, and with death and with the beast of the earth, man. And the beast of the earth represents you damn heathens. Okay. And also those hybrid animals that he's creating in the laboratory. Okay. Like I said, he's spicing genes, man. You got fucking humans merged with possum. Don't be surprised if you see a real Ninja Turtle walking around here, because the Ninja Turtles was the product of actual turtles getting access to some type of ooze that merged their DNA with human DNA. So basically, they're like turtle human hybrids, man. Don't be surprised if you see a rock steady, a bebop looking nigga walking around here. Okay, a rhinoceros with a fucking man body, ready to knock your damn head off, man. Esau creates shit like that through the Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, because the Lord said that he created spirits for vengeance. Okay, and we in that time that the Lord is getting ready to enact his vengeance on the inhabitants of Babylon and around the world, because you live in wickedness. Okay, this is the book of Isaiah 24, and I'm going to start at verses 7. It says, the new wine mourneth, and the vine languish, and all the merry-hearted do sigh. All your mirth, all that stuff is getting ready to cease. Okay, people ain't got that holiday spirit no more. Okay, back in 1991, the cheese pizza with the snow outside with Home Alone playing around Christmas Eve. Them days are gone. All right. It says, the mirth of the tapers ceaseth, and the noise of them that rejoice ended, and the joy of the harp ceaseth. Yeah, your clubs. It says, and they should not drink wine with a song, strong drink should be better than them that drink it. Yeah, man, because when they're actually drinking to turn up, hey, they're gonna be drinking to stay sane. You know, they're not gonna enjoy the turn up. Instead, they're gonna be part of the turn up when the spirit is jacking their asses up. And it says here, the city of confusion is broken down, which is America, because this kingdom is based on confusion. Every house is shut up, no man may come out. Represents your lockdowns, man. People gonna be on lockdown again. And there is crying for wine in the streets. All the joy is darkened, and the mirth of the land is gone, and the city is left with desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction, man. All right. So anyway, I'm gonna end it here, giving all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai Ba'ashim Kakwadash. Lord's will, you will edify until the next lesson. Shalom.